In the shadowed realms of the unknown, where the veil between reality and the abyss thins to a gossamer thread, there exists a deity whose very essence evokes a primordial dread, Mordiggian, the god of death. To speak his name is to invite the cold caress of the grave, to acknowledge the insatiable hunger of the void that waits beyond the flickering light of life. Mordiggian, the charnel god, is a being of ineffable horror, an eldritch entity whose presence is as ancient as the first whisper of mortality that brushed against the consciousness of sentient beings. His dominion is the crypt, the sepulchre, the necropolis where the dead rest in their silent multitudes. He is the embodiment of decay, the silent ferryman, who guides souls to the other side, not with kindness, but with a grim inevitability. In the cyclopean city of Zul-Basir, where shadows cling to the towering ziggurats like mourning shrouds, Mordiggian is revered and feared in equal measure. His worshippers, the ghoulish priests, are grotesque figures who dwell in the labyrinthine catacombs beneath the city. These acolytes, with their sunken eyes and cadaverous pallor, perform macabre rites in his honor, offering the flesh of the deceased as tribute to their dark master. The Temple of Mordiggian is a place of eldritch wonder and terror, a vast edifice of black stone adorned with skeletal motifs and the glyphs of the ancient dead. Within its shadowy halls, where the air is thick with the scent of decay and the echoes of mournful chants, lies the great sepulchre, a pit that descends into uncharted depths. It is said that those who gaze into this abyss see not their reflection, but the face of Mordiggian himself, a visage of unending hunger and the finality of death. Mordiggian's form defies the natural order, a grotesque amalgamation of darkness and decay that shatters the boundaries of mortal comprehension. His body, if such a term can be applied to a being of such malevolent otherness, is a shifting mass of shadows and skeletal remains, cloaked in the tattered remnants of ancient funeral shrouds. These shrouds flutter with an unnatural life, as if animated by the whispered laments of countless souls who have passed into his dread dominion. His form is protean, ever-changing, a swirling chaos of bone and shadow that seems to writhe and pulsate with a malign intelligence. The very air around Mordiggian seems to recoil from his presence, growing cold and still, as if nature itself abhors the abomination he embodies. An aura of palpable dread surrounds him, a miasma of fear and despair that saps the strength and will of those who venture too near. Mordiggian is a living nightmare, a manifestation of death and decay, an embodiment of the finality that awaits all things. His form is a testament to the inexorable march of time, the ultimate end that swallows all life. To behold him is to confront the deepest fears of the human soul, to see in his eldritch visage the fate that lies at the end of all paths. Yet, Mordiggian is not merely a harbinger of doom. In his terrible embrace, there is a perverse form of solace, for in death all are equal, kings and beggars, saints and sinners, all become one in the charnel house of Mordiggian. His is the final justice, the inevitable conclusion to the saga of life. To understand Mordiggian is to peer into the heart of darkness, to acknowledge the shadow that lurks at the edge of existence. He is the god of death, the eternal guardian of the boundary between life and the endless night beyond. In the eldritch lore of the ancients, his name is whispered with reverence and fear, a reminder of the fate that awaits all who draw breath.